Is that on?
Yes, it's recording.
Is that recording? Oh, hey. Hey, YouTube. Hey. Ooh.
Okay, smile.
What's happening? No, we're like in the video.
Hey, YouTube.
Like we've actually already said
back.
on YouTube.
And we are excited to be back, and we have a great topic that we want to talk about.
Oh, wait, no.
Because we're talking about something that is near and dear to our hearts and yours. We're talking about conflicts and resolution in relationships. Because here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
The thing is
What's
that
the thing?
everybody goes through conflict regardless of what kind of relationship you're in. You could be dating, you can be in marriage, you can be just trying, it could even be with families, but you will have conflict. You will go through conflict. It is inevitable.
For real.
But the most important thing is what you do when conflicts arise.
I'm saying we've only been married for 3 years.
Yeah.
So just caveating that. So we're coming from, just to let you know, 3 years of marriage.
Yes.
So we have survived 3 years. If you're
But
like,
we don't know everything.
we don't know.
We don't have all
we
the
don't know
answers.
everything. We don't have the answers. We're just here in our apartment,
Trying
like,
to share tips.
trying to be like
that we do.
sharing
That's
some
worked
things
for
about
us.
conflict.
And hopefully it works for you guys. So that's what I'm saying.
So yeah, so I think like when we were talking about conflict, it was like, okay, this is the thing, especially in relationships, and especially your relationship, if you're married or dating, like, one, the enemy hates it. So he hates the unity and the peace that is in a relationship with the foundation set on Jesus and on God's way of doing things. So you have to believe, first of all, there are arrows and darts thrown at you.
Because you don't like what's happening.
Because you don't like
what's happening. You don't like two people coming together. And what's the best way to get them to not want to be together? Bring some conflict. That's all you have to do. Bring some conflict. So,
and bringing conflict, not like crazy town, like, oh my gosh, like, let's chop your head off. But I'm talking about they call it the little foxes that steal. So they're the little like nitpicky things that all of a sudden become the big thing. And you're like, you know, when you like hold it all in and you're just like not talking about those things that are maybe like frustrating you.
But even with that though, I mean, we've all grown up in different kind of environments and experienced different things. I mean, what kind of, I guess, have you seen conflict growing up, or what kind of things that
that'd be crazy.
Like that may have shaped, like what kind of things that may have shaped how you grew up as a fabulous lady?
Okay, let me back it up. So, just my background. My dad was a Caucasian man, and my mom a fiery Latina, and so I'm a fusion of that. Two super passionate people. So I think I grew up in a household where it just like everything was said the way that we wanted to say it, and no filter. Like, what are you pointing at?
I was pointing at the camera where you're looking.
Oh, where was I looking?
You're looking there. But continue.
I didn't even see myself in that.
Continue.
Okay. Why would... This is what I'm talking about.
No, continue. How do you go? The two Latin, your dad,
anyways,
your mom, they're different.
It doesn't matter.
They're
All
passionate.
I know is there's passion, and sometimes in that passion, heated fellowship, there can be a lot of woo! And so I knew no volume control. So I literally, even into dating relationships, like if there was conflict, and even into our marriage, like I didn't know how to just like peacefully chat about it.
Yeah. And why is that?
Why is that?
Yeah.
Well,
why did you not?
I think what you watch and what you grow up seeing, like the louder your voice is, like the more you're gonna be heard.
Yeah.
That's what
louder is better.
Louder is better. I also personally like am just a very passionate person, so like everything is in the head and the body, and And I want to display all of that, especially with you.
Yeah, it's crazy how that stuff, because I grew up in a different type, you know.
What was your deal?
I didn't think I really remember seeing conflict happen in the house. I think they probably just shielded us from that, me and my sisters, you know. I never saw it. So really, you know, I didn't really have an example to go off of in my relationship. So everything that's conflict resolution or how to handle conflict, it was all new to me because I didn't have like a base to work with, you know. So it's funny how what you grow up with or what you grow up around, how that kind of shapes how you respond to things initially.
Yeah.
You know, before you take count or try to see like, man, why am I doing this? Like, why do I choose to react this way?
Well, how did you react with like girlfriends?
Girlfriends, conflict, I probably
now you're a new sanctified Jesus loving man, which
I think conflict, because I never saw conflict, honestly, how I'd react with other relationships when conflict arose, I just like ignored it because I didn't.
Wow.
I just ignored it, which
exactly.
is actually worse.
So the guy
than not
who ignores it, guess what? The crazy girl like me, that just firing me up even more.
And you know what? You ignore it even more, but then nothing's getting addressed.
Nothing is getting addressed. Which that was who we are. So what have we brought into marriage? Like,
but into marriage, there's like so much. Even thinking like marriage and relationships, there's different hot topics, right?
Yeah.
There's various hot topics that can cause
so that's
conflict.
like, okay, yeah. You think about like okay, you're in a relationship right now, whether you're dating or you're married. There's always going to be something hot topic that is kind of like a trigger for you. And sometimes it's not even the thing that you're talking about. It could be the way someone says something or anything, and it just like every time. So I think hot topics would be money,
finances, sex, children,
where you want to live, you know, how you budget, how you spend,
how to even discipline, or what forms of discipline you want to use as parents.
One for us is a big thing is we feel like we're pretty good communicators, but I think for us, our hot topics, which really like seems so crazy, is the way we communicate. And assuming that what we meant to say was delivered in a way that was understood by the other party, in the sense that, you know what, we like to communicate the bare minimum and not realize we're doing the bare minimum, and in our minds we're thinking, oh, I just explained this thing completely, but really you gave the other person like a little snippet, and then you went along in your head and had the rest of the conversation thinking that you did it with the person, and you assume the person knows what you're talking about, and then that turns into the person not knowing, then confusion comes, and next thing you know, you're like, wait a minute. Then it all goes down, but not really. It doesn't go down. So, okay. So I think what we're like, one, if you're like in something that you feel like, okay, I looked up this video because right now me and my husband or me and my boyfriend or my girlfriend, like, we just keep going at it. Like, there's this topic that every time you bring up, it just feels like, what the crap? Like, it's touchy, and you know, the emotions, we all have that topic where it's just the emotions. So
and you're even nervous to bring it up because you know if you bring it up, it's gonna cause more conflict, and it's not gonna be good. So everybody's walking on eggshells.
So I think we just want to encourage you guys. So for us personally, in those topics, like, one, that topic won't always be like that. So if you can work your way through these topics and stop avoiding them, one, that is the first step in...
don't sweep it under the rug.
Don't sweep it under the rug. Bring it to light. If you have something on your heart and it's bothering you, talk to that other person.
And when you talk to that other person, just remember to keep your emotions out of it. Like, try to talk to them in a composed way. You know, don't come with the wrong heart. You know, don't come with the wrong heart. Just be calm, be gentle about it, but actually let your heart let your words come out to try to express it. Like,
but I think you are better at like That's easy for you.
Yeah, it's easy.
So,
well, how do you do it with your Latin passionate self?
So for me,
because I'm an island guy, you know, I'm cool, calm, and collected all the time.
That's super easy for you.
So how do you do it as a hot tamale?
As a hot tamale, I like to sit. No, yeah, I feel like for me, because I get really, really, if something has bugged me and now it's like that trigger has hit, what the old Jacqueline would have done is probably stormed off, slammed a door, and not talked. Would not want to be. I'm not talking. I actually never really did this in marriage. Have I ever done that?
What, slam a door?
Yeah.
No, but she's stormed off before.
I have definitely stormed off.
You haven't slammed your doors yet.
The storm off, the girls, y'all know the storm off is real. So what and I'm preaching to myself, is literally pausing before I speak and inviting the Holy Spirit into the situation. If you can just get an ounce of composure and be like, Lord, help me right now. I invite you in. Give me the words.
Give me the right words.
Give me the right words. And you do this too.
Yeah.
And so it's listening. So it's like, if it's that thing that just hit, now you're in this argument.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, remembering, I said a lot of
Remembering you're on the same team.
Same team.
Like, take a step back. Like, take a step back. If you have to take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, whatever it takes, allow yourself some time to breathe, allow your emotions to come down, and it's okay to take time before you come and approach that person or you try to talk about it. You never get anything done if you're arguing. There's no productivity that happens. There's no compromise that happens.
Especially if it's two people who are fiery and it's just boom, 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 boom. Because there's this, I was reading earlier, and if you've ever heard Jimmy Evans in Marriage Today, they mentioned that there's a way of communicating which can be like, oh gosh, now I'm gonna just forget it, but what was it? Critiquing.
Oh no, I didn't hear it.
No, gosh, I forgot. But it's like coming at someone with a critique and coming at, you know what? I just forgot.
She don't know.
It.
Well,
no,
go to Jimmy Evans.
No.
Go to Marriage Today and look it up. There's
what I'm saying is coming with someone like, okay, say you have
I know what she's trying to say. Here's what she's trying to say.
I have a problem with something you're doing.
You're talking about coming to, there's two types of ways a spouse should be able to approach each other. You should be allowed to complain. You should be allowed to
Okay, so you should be allowed to complain to your spouse. This is a healthy thing for spouses. So if you're keeping everything bottled up, you don't have free range and free space to complain. Meaning, hey, this is how I feel about this. When you do this, I feel this certain way. And so it's not coming in a super critique, accusing way, because that's what the enemy does. And so speaking like, basically like, you're this and you did this, and it's just accusing, and it's literally, you're not speaking life over that person.
Yes, should never try to ridicule someone or belittle your person just to get your point across.
Just to get your
that's not the way to get it resolved. You won't resolve anything that way.
So you haven't like really brought life to a situation, because remember, like, what your tongue and what you speak, you're either speaking life or death, and there's power in that. So if you're married, you are the same team. So whatever words you pour out over your husband is literally what you're pouring out over your union.
Yes, and the one thing we always like to do is, regardless if we start all the way out here, you always want to come back to the middle ground to where compromise can happen. Even if it takes a little while, always come back to where you hear each other out. You hear her side, you hear your side, and then you hear each other out, you hear their heart behind what they're saying, you try to understand why they're saying what they're saying and how it's affecting them to come to the compromise. Because when you get to the compromise, you have the unity, and then you have the resolution, because resolution can't come without compromise, And without compromise and
Yes.
resolution, you lose your
Compromise is
unity.
so good.
And it's all about being
Because
unified.
we want to be the winner. You want to
Yeah.
be the winner in the fight
Yeah.
or the argument.
And there is no winner.
And there is no winner. And so I've learned that and
we all
reminded.
we got.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. We
Yeah.
all we got.
I mean, if marriage will do anything, it will show you how selfish you are.
Yeah.
And so you have to remember that you are called into marriage to serve this person.
Exactly.
And so every like argument, everything is, yes, we want to be right and we want to do the thing, but sometimes it's stepping back and going, you know what? Like, I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, it's this compromise, it's this unity, it's bringing together back to like just remembering where it all started.
Yeah, we're all started and wired together, and what you two can do together is better than what you can do by yourself. So just know you're on the same team. You know, if you have conflicts, you have to resolve them, but it's all in the approach. Just
Yeah.
put some thought in your approach.
Definitely
Take
the
time
approach.
out. Invite the Lord into the situation.
Invite the Lord.
And
Like,
allow
here's the
Him
deal.
to take control of it.
Exactly.
And you're going to be fine.
All our couple friends and friends that are believers, one, you are going to have healthy, heated dialogue. But the beauty of it all is you keep moving forward. I think people that don't invite Jesus into their relationship and He is the foundation, you will literally circle this mountain and it could be years of circling around the same mountain. But when you invite the Spirit of God into a situation, He can change all of that. So one, don't do it all in your own effort. If He's
Yeah.
the glue and He holds us together, we can have these conflicts and talk about it in a healthy way. And sometimes it gets real messy and ugly because probably more me. So, but at the same time, I know I am nowhere. Oh, that's my salmon.
That's our
Whoa,
timer.
Hold on.
Because we're cooking and talking. So
No.
just
I gotta come
know that
Alexa off.
you can do it. All right?
No, I want to
We
one
are
more
here
point.
cheering y'all together.
I wanted to say one more.
We're here
one more
cheering
point.
y'all together.
I wanted to say one
It's
more
gonna
point.
be good.
No, I know.
You guys
no, I know.
got it.
I was actually saying one more point. What was I even talking about?
I don't know. I can't remember. The little buzzer went
Oh,
off.
the point is that conflict is a way to stay stuck. And so when you invite the Lord in, things that maybe like you're not able to solve on your own, I promise when you take the time and pray together, and maybe you just need to worship it out. Maybe you just don't need to have any words and just need to invite Him in. And then another thing is if invite wise counsel
Yes.
in, and maybe there comes to a point where you might need some
You may need a mediator.
yeah, you might need
It's
a
okay to
mediator.
get a mediator if it gets to that level. Someone that's not family or not related or that's unbiased.
Yes.
That has no bias in the situation.
Don't get your family involved.
Invite a professional.
Yeah, and
Go to
don't stop
professional.
complaining to your family
Yeah,
members
for sure.
about your spouse.
So if you need it, get a mediator. There's nothing wrong with that. But
Yeah.
if that gets you to resolution as well, gets you to that point, it's totally worth it. Especially if it's going to help you guys move forward in your
Exactly.
relationship, in your marriage, whatever it may be. So
Remember, God, what He put together, nothing can separate you guys. So
Yeah.
move forward, talk it out with each other. Don't let this be the
Yeah.
bump that seems more like a mountain. And don't, and
So
no.
we hope.
And climb the mountain.
So, hey, we're just sharing what worked for us, and we hope that this was helpful to you guys, and
Yeah.
you found something in it that resonated with you guys, and that can help you resolve conflicts moving forward, and
You got
because they're
this.
going to come.
They are going to come, and
So-
don't be surprised. And even if you guys are going through something right now, don't think it's the end. Team up, partner, do the hard work so you guys can move forward in all that God's called you to be as a couple, because there is purpose in your coupledom.
Exactly. And if you're not a couple, just apply this to your relationships because it's still fundamental.
It
as
is
well.
your friendships, your dating, your all that. And if you're dating, talk about this stuff now so you don't have to, do all the crazy stuff in marriage. So, but there's so many crazy stuff, so.
Thanks for watching this video.
I'm gonna go eat this
We're gonna have
salmon now.
more videos coming. We have some salmon we gotta go eat because it's
Salmon,
still
Sally,
hot. Eat it
keeping
while
it
it's
healthy.
hot. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to our channel
Yeah,
because we have more stuff
A
coming
lot
your
of
way.
good stuff coming.
So we'll see you guys next
See you
time.
next time.
Bye.